All right, we're live. My name is PJ, and I'm joined by Marcelo. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world of Star Trek lately. Star Trek Starfleet Academy is just universally loved, anticipated. Everybody wants this.
Really?
Yeah, everybody loves it. Everybody wants it. No complaints.
I think you have to check your sources there, PJ.
There is a comparison between this show and 90210, but I
Okay.
don't like that comparison because I don't think that Academy is going to be nearly as good as
Mm,
Beverly Hills 90210. I've
Yeah,
actually been
yeah.
watching it for the past
Oh,
couple of
yeah,
months
that's
on
right.
and off. I'm like, this
Yeah.
show wasn't that bad. I watched it when I was a kid and I bailed on it when they went to college and stuff, but it got stale. But yeah, it does get stale in the later season. Kelly becomes a drug addict. Like they get when they get into college and beyond, characters start getting into more serious shit. Like David's mother is a drug addict and manic
Oh,
depressive,
shit.
and they get into this more serious areas. But Aaron Spelling produced those shows, and people kind of saying, "Oh, it's Dawson's Creek and the OC." I haven't seen a lot of these shows, but I'm pretty sure they're probably better than what this is going to be. And I hate to be negative about it, and I reserve judgment. But they released a clip, and not good.
Yeah, that clip, because you were lucky enough to send it to me, that clip really, really didn't inspire me with any confidence. The one thing that that clip actually did, it proved to me why Starfleet Academy students should not be on a training ship. Like, why do you have active Academy students on a training ship with the possibility of something happening? And PJ, you brought up a great point. Why the hell on the ship don't they have emergency transporters so they can transport the students who obviously aren't ready for a high pressure situation like being attacked in the middle of fucking space? Like what? Like why don't they have transporters? I don't get it. Yeah, yeah, I have to give PJ credit for that because he said that I didn't.
Jin, I can't share. My computer freezes up every time I share a screen. But anyway,
Oh my god.
uh, the clip consists of Captain Aki. I don't know her name. Who cares? Played by Holly Hunter. She's captain of the Athena. The ship uh, is attacked by Paul Giamatti's character Noose Braca or something. But I just want to point out
We're
that
not far from the.
you can't hear that. I didn't share audio, did I? See, look,
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
stop
yeah,
sharing.
yeah.
Let's just
I get
talk
it.
about the clip. Screw this,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a problem with trying to. We're gonna keep freezing up. But you've seen the clip, so the ship gets attacked. There's a lot of stuff in the clip that doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. For one thing, a lot of people complain about Gina Yashere plays the female Jem Hadar. Who cares? I don't. That doesn't bother me. I don't know why people are freaking out about that. There's probably going to be an explanation within the show. What bothers me is, first of all, the aesthetic of this time period. Uh, Modern Trek doesn't distinguish itself enough in different time periods. It all just kind of looks like what a
It,
lot of people
it
said,
looks
a
like the
Las
same.
Vegas kind of lounge. It's like a
Right, right.
futuristic Las Vegas things where uh, spaces are way too big. Now the promenade or the atrium or the common area in the Starfleet Academy show is the biggest set that's ever been built. That kind of stuff is fine. Open spaces like that, but the bridge is huge. It's even bigger than what they have in Discovery and Strange New Worlds. And I believe that's the same area that the Discovery Bridge used to be. So, uh, but it's enormous, and one of the problems with that is that uh, when you're on a bridge like that, you want to be closer to everybody and closer to everything because you don't want to be shouting out orders and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
when this ship gets attacked, it gets attacked by programmable matter, and it goes over the ship, and we've seen that Discovery and whatnot. But I don't know how the shields are working and how the power is working. And it does this thing where ship gets hit, and then boom, 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 explosions go off everywhere in the ship, and it just makes the ship look really weak and way too vulnerable. And I know they're up against a formidable foe, and Paul Giamatti's character will get to him, but
Yeah, as a ship that is meant to be a training vessel, it should have backup security systems for situations exactly like this. I'm so glad that you brought up the size of the ship, because when I watched the clip again, I'm like, why is this bridge so massive? There's like too much. Shouldn't, like, yeah, I don't know why modern Star Trek or Kurtzman's Star Trek feels the need to make their spaces on their ships so goddamn big. I don't get it.
yeah, and we thought, the Discovery Bridge and the Strange New Worlds Bridge was a little too big. I mean, this is the biggest out of any bridge we've seen, and maybe the Section 31 one from season 2 of Discovery, but that was a redressed version of the Shenzo, or whatever I can't even pronounce. I can't remember
The
what the ship's
Shenzhou,
name
the
was. Michelle
Shenzhou,
Yeoh,
the Shenzhou.
Michelle Yeoh's
Yeah.
ship, the ship that Burnham served on. Uh, and in this case, they're being attacked. Holly Hunter's character, and people make fun of her. She's hard to understand sometimes, especially in a situation like this. And it's that typical thing where the consoles it's tired stuff. It's like, move on from this, please. And I know they're thinking, well, this is typical Star Trek stuff. We got bang, bang, pow, pow, and it's more in that line of the J.J. Abrams dumb action. It's like, okay, the shields were apparently immediately penetrated when the programmable matter balls hit. But I don't see any visual representation of the shields, and I don't know what's going on. And why is it that they only had? So all the action is very disjointed and stuff. And she tells Jim Hadar, "Hey, go get the kids." So the first officer has to transport down to the place where all the kids are at, and say, "Get up those stairs." I don't care that she
Why do they
has
have
I don't
yeah,
care that she has a Cockney accent. She's probably going to be comic relief like Tig Notaro. They're both stand-up
yeah.
comedians. I don't care if they're going to try to be funny. It doesn't matter. But it's like, okay, you transported there right away to get the kids. Well, just transport all the kids to their quarters. But there has to be that
Yeah.
scene of them running up the stairs, and then the one or two cadets looking out the window and say, "Oh, what's that?" It's all just bullshit, and it's just fluff, and nothing in it inspires me. And it gets even worse then. I'm thinking, oh, well, this is not very good. And then, god damn it, Paul Giamatti's character shows up, and my heart just sinks. And he's a good actor. I literally just watched Downton Abbey, the grand finale. He has a role in that movie. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good in almost everything he's in. He great as Pig Vomit in the Howard Stern movie, Private Parts. It's what made him famous. He was in American Splendor. He's really good in that. But dude, I don't know. Even actors got to be looking at this dialogue and saying, "What is this crap?" For one thing, he's like, "Time and space is like folds in on itself like an origami chicken. In other words, payback's a bitch." I'm like, what? What did he say? I think it's like this kind of writing that seems like they think they're so clever. I'm going to say something really
This is
weird,
so stupid.
and it's just going to work.
It's so
Amanda Plummer in Picard season 3, another over the
Yeah.
top campy villain, and there's been that before. Christopher Lloyd,
Yeah.
even Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
But it's all it's all in the writing, though, isn't it? Because when you give good actors bad dialogue, it sucks. Michelle Yeoh, one of the greatest, legend. I keep saying that.
Oh,
Legend.
Section 31. Oh,
And then every line she's given as Giorgio is just so cringe and shit. In Discovery and in the Section 31 movie.
yeah.
And at this point,
Uh,
I hope the show's better
No.
than what they've showed us. I'm sure there's a
Yeah,
lot more
listen.
to it, but yeah.
when Paul Giamatti's villain came on scene, I'm like, dude, you need to like you're like at like a 20. You need to go back down to like maybe 12 because he was hamming it up all the way through it. And the shit that he was saying was like, first of all, you shouldn't be speaking like this to your enemy, and you're just coming off as like a mustache. You're coming off as a mustache twirling villain. Like I am not afraid of you right now, and I should be afraid of you.
And he
Yeah,
should be feared. He'd overpowered the ship. I mean, he's something to be feared, but when he shows up, he's a joke.
yeah. No, I mean,
And it's
look. There is a big part of me that knows what the show is going to be, and that's unfortunate. It's going to be more the same. It's going to be the dialogue that I can't stand, the modern dialogue. It's going to be probably the aesthetic that I can't stand. But there's another part of me that says, "Hey, you've wanted a Star Trek series about Starfleet Academy for most of your Star Trek fan viewing life, and this might be the type of Star Trek that you've always wanted. You've always wanted the OC in space, uh, and this might be it. But I don't think it's going to get there fully in the way that I want. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's going to get there at all.
uh, and yeah, like I said before, people the comparisons to 90210, the OC, Dawson's Creek. I've seen some of
Yeah,
Dawson's Creek. I've seen almost all of Beverly
yeah,
Hills,
yeah.
and I
Well,
don't know. Those shows are not as bad as people think they were,
no,
and
well,
I don't
yeah,
think Academy's going to live up to those shows. Dawson's Creek
no,
had some
no,
pretty crazy dialogue. I remember that was the biggest thing that stood out for me, is that they
yeah,
spoke in a kind of teenage Shakespearean way, and it was kind of removed from reality in my mind
yeah,
that
no,
show when I watched it, but that was part of the appeal of it. Like, what creative thing? How are they going to say something completely ordinary in some like grandiose Shakespearean way to describe their feelings? And that's
yeah.
more interesting than some people in the modern day where they just say, I'm feeling this and these are my feelings and acknowledge me. And it's a lot of me stuff. But at the same time, it's like, team, together, we can do this together. You got this. They say you got this in
Oh God damn it!
everything.
Fuck.
They say it in the James Bond movies. They say it in Andor. They say, I'm surprised they don't say it
Oh,
in Dune, although they
dude.
probably do at some point.
Oh God, please don't.
But the
No, but you
modern
mentioned
vernacular, it doesn't
it's
fit
awful.
in shows that are set, 200, 300, and then 900 or 1,000 years in the future. It's like, just try and make the dialogue a little more timeless, like Brandon Braga and
Ron D. Moore
Rick Berman
or Berman.
were on the Decon Chamber podcast with Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating. I'm correct in those names. But
Yeah.
they talked about how modern Trek, Rick Berman was like, I was watching a show and one of them said, give me high five. He's like, huh? It's just, it's not supposed to sound like now. It's supposed to sound like
In the future.
future where everybody's a little more put together. And people are saying, it's going to be bad because it's a Discovery spinoff and I don't like Discovery and
No,
blah,
that
blah,
has
blah.
nothing to do with it.
You know what? Discovery, Strange New Worlds, as much as I complain and I have mixed feelings about those shows, even Discovery's use of future tech seems to have a little bit more imagination than this show might have. Like these badges now, they've shown in Discovery in the 32nd century, they can do almost anything. They're like Glitch from Reboot. They are literally, I don't know if you know that reference,
No.
but they're like a Glitch from Reboot is as a CG animated show from back in the day, and he had a device
Okay.
called Glitch, and it could just do anything. It could just Glitch do this, and the thing would do it. So Michael Burnham showed they can transport anybody anywhere they want instinctively. Like this, they
Yeah.
just disappear like they're magic. So that's a good
Mm.
element to put in something that's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
far
but
future.
actually,
And if you get sucked out into space, the thing, it protects you. So there should be an element of like how these badges are so advanced as they've shown in Discovery. I think they're going to totally
what?
backtrack on that, and they're going the of imagination just in the scene of like get to the kids and rush them up the stairs when it's like phew.
First of all,
The kids could just just think, I'll go back to my quarters. Boom, they're there. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, first of all, when a ship is being attacked, like when a ship is being attacked, the last place that you want to be is at a high level, right? You should have all the kids on the mezzanine on the bottom of the ship, because the higher that they get on the ship, the more possibility they have to get hurt. But PJ brought up a great point. If we have those badges in Discovery that can serve as personal transporters, why the hell don't we give those to the cadets for emergency situations?
And maybe in the context of the show, the kids don't have those kind of transporting privileges, right? Or something, right. But that's bullcrap. Mm-hmm. Like I said, in this time, Starfleet officers with their comm badges have like the power of the Power Rangers. Like they can literally be protected in space. They can, be physically protected from any, like the shields in Dune. It's like you'd think at this point a Starfleet officer would be the most protected individual going into these moments of extreme danger. And in that case, they could justify this kind of learning hospital concept they have for this ship, where it's like the whole ship goes out into space. So instead of my previous conception of like you're in Starfleet Academy, some of you, when you get to a point, then go on to ships. It's not like you take the whole school of just like pure, not ready amateur, not ready for primetime kids. Like they're not ready to do it. And you're putting them in this grave danger.
Is that your cat? Is that your cat in the background?
Something's
Maybe he has something to say.
Something's going on. But yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. You mentioned the dialogue a little bit earlier in our discussion not being of the time that it's supposed to be in. The great thing about Dawson's Creek, which is my favorite show of all time, by the way, guys, yes, was the dialogue in Dawson's Creek. The reason why it worked is because it was hyper stylized, and all the actors in that show spoke like they were 40. Right? It would have.
It was timeless in itself, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it was timeless in itself. And if current Star Trek had that timeless feel to it with the dialogue, that would be something in favor, because we can go back to 90s Trek. We can go back to the Star Trek movies and listen to the dialogue and not know and be taken away when Kurtzman Trek is over, and when people revisit Kurtzman Trek for whatever reason, and the second that these characters start talking in whatever show they're watching, these people will be taken out of the show because of the way that these individuals talk. And that's a problem for me. And the fact that hasn't been addressed ever really fucking bothers me.
It's like Enterprise, when that came out, there was an excuse for people to sound more modern because we weren't as far removed in terms of time. Right. So
they were closer, right?
People sounded more like of the time, and that was more acceptable because it was that was their intention. But it's like if you had the same writers you have now, with the same mentality, if they had done 90s Trek, you would be going back to 90s Trek now, and people would be like, you go girl, and like all that bag of chips, and like they would be saying all the 90s vernacular, like what's up. They would be saying all the 90s stuff. So that's the comparison I'm making of now. It's like, and it's not like the Starfleet Academy kids are going to be like 6'7", 6'7". That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like that. It's just it's not as timeless as it could have been. But here, let's move on from this, because here's another thing we got to talk about. All Star Trek TV shows being removed from Netflix, and this will happen on January 8th. This is global, by the way. This is Paramount Plus and Paramount Plus International, in the places that is available, will be the only places you can see it. Besides Pluto, there are other places you can see different Trek, but in terms of just straight up beginning to end full seasons of the show, all leaving Netflix on January 8th. I don't care really, because if I'm gonna get Paramount Plus, they're all there anyway.
Yeah, I don't care either because all of my Star Trek I have on digital under Apple. So I mean, look, Apple can turn tail tomorrow and take away all of my Star Trek seasons, all of my original series movies, all of my JJ movies, which I have on physical copies as well. But this pretty much doesn't affect me. But I just feel really bad for those fans internationally who depend on Netflix and other services to watch Star Trek. First of all, guys, if you love a franchise, especially nowadays, you should invest in physical media and you should do everything you can to have a physical copy of the media that you enjoy because relying on your favorite piece of media to be on a streaming service forever nowadays, it's just not feasible.
Well, rights expire, and
Yeah.
this may not be anything but a matter of timing and rights expiring. And Paramount, well, could be two things or both of those things, which is Netflix just not interested in paying for it anymore, and Paramount might be just not interested in putting it anywhere else for now, drawing people to Paramount Plus. And I've seen people be like, "Oh, another bad move." I'm like, "This is a smart move. If you don't have it on physical
No.
media, you're gonna have to go to Paramount Plus to get it, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want more
Yeah.
eyes on their They have like 70 or 80 million subscribers. It's not Netflix numbers or anything, but they want more.
They want to no, but also what they want to do, like PJ, they want to core the market. They want to make the only place where you can get Star Trek on the streaming services Paramount Plus. But here's the funny thing: Paramount Plus has uh, uh, advertised on several occasions that they have the whole of Star Trek. They have every series, every movie, all the time, and that's not true. Like the other day, I went on Paramount Plus to see um, one of the Star Trek movies. First of all, I don't know why the hell it was on Paramount Plus because I have it, but I went on Paramount Plus to check it out anyway. And the movie that I wanted to see from Star Trek wasn't there, so I had to go to my personal collection to
movie was
watch
that?
that thing. I think it was Star Trek 5. I don't know why I wanted to watch Star Trek 5.
Yeah, that I noticed in the United States, the movies go on and off. Have been going on and
Yeah.
off there quite often. In Canada, they've consistently stayed there. There was one period where all the movies weren't there, and it was very brief. But since CBS All Access has become Paramount Plus, they've always been there. Like literally the only TV show that hasn't been there was the short treks. You have everything from TOS, the animated series, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, Discovery, Lower Decks, not Prodigy. Prodigy, by the way, is available nowhere in Canada except through purchase on Apple TV.
Wow.
Literally nowhere. You can't even. I have the second season. That's the only digital purchase from Apple TV I've ever, because it was the only way to watch it legally anyway.
Yeah. No, but
that's another thing.
I'm so happy.
I keep forgetting that Prodigy saved. No, I mean Netflix saved Prodigy for a second season, and there wasn't enough interest in it to get a third one.
Yeah. Well, I can't even remember now, but did Prodigy's second season come out? I can't remember because years
I'm not
ago, the biggest.
Like
yeah,
a while ago.
Yes.
2023, 20. I think I can't remember.
Yeah,
I watched 20 episodes and I was like, it's all right, it's good enough.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Prodigy, so that's why I bring it up. I blocked it out, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a bad Star Trek fan in that regard. I blocked it out.
If you don't like a show, that's okay. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. Let's move on to the Alex Kurtzman stuff because that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Man.
So there's a certain corner of the fandom, and you know what? People will call Star Trek fandom toxic or Star Wars fandom. I think it's far more complicated than that. I think a lot of people are just frustrated. I do get sick of the people who just cry woke or gay. Something's woke or gay, woke or gay. I'm like, dude, you're like a bot. This is not even an opinion. Just saying the word woke or gay is not even a thing. You're not even saying what it is. Like, just say what's bothering you. Just don't. Everybody's like woke and gay. Now I'm talking about X. I should point out, like, just when the Starfleet Academy poster came out and when the clip came out, it's like, why aren't you seeing everything that's wrong with it instead of just DEI? I can't register the woke stuff. I don't care if it's woke or it's not woke or what political agenda or whatever anybody has. If it was made by a lefty, if it was made by a righty, don't give a crap. Is it entertaining? Is it fun? The cat is going crazy behind me. I don't know what's going on. He's like, give me attention.
He's
So none of that
he's like,
matters. None of the woke, anti-woke. Like, I'm not in the game. I'm not on. I
You have no
refuse
stake
to
in
be
the
on
game.
any side of that bullshit, because some people are far too sensitive about everything that's controversial, and other people are just like, I just want everything offensive is good. I'm like, no. There's got to be a middle ground, people. You know. And
Yeah.
just because something is a diverse cast or something is not a reason for it being bad. Usually the reason is bad producers, bad writers.
Bad
And
casting. too.
if they're on one side or the other, who gives a shit? They just made a shitty product. That's what we should care about.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Academy and everything that Kurtzman is kind of really behind tends to be like the worst kind of stuff creatively. Section 31. Who's gonna trust him after that? He's looking at that stuff with Olatunde
No, I
Osusami,
don't.
who directed it,
Yeah.
and you can
Oh my
see
God.
Olatunde in interviews being like a deer in the headlights. They don't even know how to describe their own movie, and it's just like, it's
Yeah, I
fun
mean,
and it's for
look,
people
I'm
who have been let down by society. It's all this generic kind of talk and
crap. Right?
just crap. Nothing like. That's why a lot of people kind of one of the reasons I think a lot of people are prejudging Academy even before the poster or the trailers is that the track record is not good. So why would it all of a sudden improve? And I was holding out hope that maybe this show Academy would be an improvement, but it just doesn't look like that. It could very well. I could end up enjoying it for all I know. I don't actually know, and I'm acknowledging that. But some people are like, well, this is going to be crap. They're never going to watch it, or maybe they will. But the fact is, if it gets enough eyeballs on it, and it's in that like top 10 of the streaming when it comes out, and it ends up like in the top 10 Nielsen, like Strange New Worlds did. I don't think they're going to care about what people say, and it probably might get renewed for a third season. And this is where the Alex Kurtzman rumors come in. By the way, there's a comment. I got to get to it.
Oh, cool. Somebody's watching us,
evening, y'all. Hello, good evening.
Oh, cool. Hey, good evening.
Hope you're well. There was this rumor going around on the internet, and you know the internet's such a reliable place, full of
Very
accurate
reliable.
information, very accurate information, that Alex Kurtzman was out, and that by December 15th, which is only a few days from now, that Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy have to be wrapped up. The sets have to be torn down. I was like, this is from some YouTubers started up this rumor. Couldn't find any evidence of it. Of like, oh, Kurtzman's out, is he? But how is he out if they're still filming Academy into next year? And I was on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel when he did a Thanksgiving thing where he just invited randos on. I was one of the randos. I wasn't a special guest or anything.
Cool.
And one of the
I
other
was won-
guests was an extra from Strange New Worlds. What?
Yeah, I was wondering how you got on there. I was wondering how you got on Rob's show.
Anyway, the clip is on my channel.
Yeah.
It says rumor Kurtzman out by December 15th. And I didn't talk much in the stream, but when Robert Meyer Burnett brought up the fact that they got to be out of there by the 15th, I was like, what are you talking about? I knew about it, but I wanted to probe Robert and the actor from not the actor from Strange New Worlds, but the extra from Strange New Worlds, who claimed that they're tearing down the sets. And I said, well, what about Academy season 2? They're going to be filmed. And he's like, there is no Academy season 2. It's all one season, and they're not doing it. I'm like,
No,
and they all and everybody in the group kind of believed this rumor. I'm like, wow, this rumor's kind of seeped in and got a lot of people believing it. And I'm like, why? It doesn't make any sense. The rumor doesn't make any sense.
No.
Kurtzman is gone by the 15th of this month.
No,
2025. When his contract is takes him through 2026.
2026.
Not only that, they're going to be filming Academy season 2 into next year. They're wrapping up Strange New Worlds now. That's going to be done before Christmas, right?
Yep.
They're going to be in post production on that show, and then post production on season 2 of Academy through 2026. Who knows about 2027? So anybody who believes that Kurtzman's been fired already, I'll just say, like, there's no evidence of that, and his contract is up at the end of next year. People say maybe July or something, because maybe it's not all the year, but I think not only that, I think he's going to be renewed. People have this belief that David Ellison is going to fire him because he doesn't want woke Trek. I'm like, stop with the woke stuff. It's the weakest argument for anything. Instead of just saying woke, just say why is the overweight female Jem'Hadar played by a black comedian an issue? We don't even know the character yet. Well, they're not supposed to be female Jem'Hadar. Well, it's a fucking Star Trek. It's a sci-fi show with a lot of scientific possibilities. Spock shouldn't have been a human in the Strange New Worlds, but that magically happened and then didn't happen, and it was undone. It's all crap. It's all just imagination bullshit. And yes, you could save yourself in trouble by just having a male Jem'Hadar character instead, but it's like that's not even the issue for me. The issue is the shitty dialogue, the incoherent action scenes. The fact that Holly Hunter is on a huge bridge where I can't understand half of what she's saying. How is her helmsman, who's 15 feet away, supposed to fucking hear her?
And Holly Hunter does speak with an accent. Oh my god.
Well, it's it's sometimes hard to understand her. Well, at least, David says, well, let's be honest, Star Trek has lost a generation.
Yeah, pretty much. Listen, guys, as far as the Alex rumors, him being fired, I think these rumors that were released are non-binding, because if Alex does indeed move away from Star Trek, I think it's going to be after Starfleet Academy wraps up its 2-season order. Like for him to leave before that, to me, is sort of like unthinkable. And listen, and you're right.
It's not possible unless they want to buy him out. They want to buy out his contract. They want to get rid of him and say like, but he still has work to do on the next 2 seasons of his fucking. It's so ridiculous that they're like, he's gone after the 15th. I'm like, you serious? The 15th?
No,
he has to. They have to tear down this. I understand the Strange New World set being torn down. That's a thing that's going to happen. The Strange New World set is not sticking around. You know why? Because they're not making that stupid spinoff that Alonzo Myers and what's the other guy? Akiva
Goldsman.
They wanted to keep the sets up.
Oh God bless.
So they could do their spinoff of a spinoff, which would have been a retread of TOS
of the original show.
Yeah.
TOS.
So they're not doing that. So yes, the sets are being torn down soon, but not as far as we know. The Academy has not been the second, and the rumors that came up. Oh, God, I'm getting very frustrated. I got to calm down.
It's okay. It's okay. Breathe.
The rumors
breathe,
that came out. Oh, by the way, the doctor's dialogue in the clip from
It's awful.
Starfleet Academy. He's like, breathe, kids. Breathing is your friend. I'm like, is he seriously fucking saying that? Anyway. Also in that clip, the ship's like rocking and stuff. So the captain has to take a minute to call the doctor.
What?
Who's like trying to help some poor girl, and he's basically Captain. I don't got time for these stupid questions. Ask the computer if there's any dead people. Don't fucking ask me. I'm trying to do my job, dude. And what is with the 32nd century hollow emitters? Every fucking hologram that exists in this time should be self-sufficient. The emitters went out and you lost half your medical staff. That doesn't work in an emergency situation, you fucking dumbasses. If you have a situation where your ship can get fucked up and then it automatically kills half of your medical staff or renders them unavailable, that's stupid. This is why people get frustrated. Like, you just hate it because you were going to hate it. Like, no, I hate it because I saw the clip. I reserved judgment until I saw the shit they're gonna put out.
Did you see the clip for Strange New Worlds too? The one that just came out with them.
Oh yeah, I mean that's boring as hell. It's better than this clip. Better than this. Boring as hell. Like, let's go to a fucking cloud. That's your clip. Let's just go into a cloud. Is better than this Starfleet Academy clip. But the rumor that came out before the Kurtzman stuff was that Starfleet Academy was canceled. And one of these videos on YouTube's got like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. Like, there's flim-flam artists out there who will just say who will just guess a thing, and if it happens and they're like, I was right, see my inside sources, which were the voices in my fucking head. They either have inside sources, dude. They either have inside sources, or the people, somebody's messing with them. Like Ketwalski messed with years ago. Ketwalski put out I don't even know if I should be saying this. I don't even know if this is out there, but Ketwalski was a YouTuber that fed Doomcock, this YouTuber called Doomcock, false information about Kurtzman being so angry at Doomcock that he broke a TV screen in an office. He had a temper tantrum. He flipped out. This was all made up by Ketwalski. And then Doomcock went with it as like, this happened. I'm like, oh my God. Like, there's so many people who just say like, this is Kurtzman's out. Oh no, he may not be out. But then he's out. Like, they change with the wind. Like, so when December 15th happens and somebody shows that Starfleet Academy is still filming, the person who said that they were going to be out, they're going to say, oh, well, I didn't really mean the 15th. I meant, like, it's always like, it's just bullshit. It is. There's a whole section of, and you see the people in the comments just believe without question. I'm like, are these bots? Like, who are these people who are just like, you're believing this person who's not only lied and been wrong, but they keep changing the rumor. Like, oh, did I say the 15th? I meant the next year. Like, it actually is happening. Like, they're going to wrap up in 2026. Well, now it's going to be canceled. Starfleet Academy gets renewed for season 3. Well, Kurtzman's fired. It's Starfleet Academy 3 is not going to happen. Like they said, Starfleet Academy season 2 is not going to happen. And people will still say it. And it's like, dude, it's being filmed, dude. It's being filmed in Mississauga, bro. It's like, all I gotta do is look something up, and people just believe without question.
But you know,
bullshit.
But, you know, yeah, but you know, PJ, you hit the nail on the head there at the end of your comments. All these people who believe anything that they're fed by Doomcock and other people and other doomsayers about.
No, I'm not. By the way, I don't know anything about. Can I just cut you off there? I don't know anything about what he's doing now. I haven't paid any attention to him in a
Oh,
long time. I don't even
oh,
think he talks about Trek anymore. But this was what I was
okay.
talking about was years ago with him.
Right.
But what
Right.
I'm talking about now is other people. I don't even know I
Right.
can't even remember their names.
Right. Right.
But
But
just the ones that are doing it now that are just, it's the same thing. You're just same bullshit, new faces spouting it. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go
okay.
ahead. Yeah.
No. But what I was gonna say is that all these individuals who believe all this rumor mill bullshit that PJ has been expertly saying for the last couple minutes, all these people have to do is a little bit of research to disprove these awful rumors that are coming out. Like all you have to do is research: is this actually shooting now? And if it's shooting now, all these rumors are bullshit. They're absolute bullshit. That's all you gotta do. Research just a little bit of time in the Google machine. Like, but people are fucking lazy. They can't even research anything. They take everything as gospel.
And I think why a lot of people just go with every kind of Kurtzman rumor. By the way, this has been going on for 7-8 years now. 7-8 years of just he's fired. Is he fired? Is he? Usually they save themselves with it being Mark, and that's smart. But I see people who like literally say the headline in their YouTube video. This is happening without the question mark. You got to put the question mark in there because that saves you from people calling you a bullshit, because at least you're acknowledging something as a rumor. Some people will just literally hear the rumor and go like, this is happening, because they just fucking hate what Kurtzman's doing. And by the way, if you call them out or challenge them with facts and stuff, they'll be like, well, you just love all this stuff. I'm like, no, I don't. I have very mixed feelings about it. If I was David Ellison, I don't think I would do a short-term contract next with Kurtzman. I would do a 5-year deal. I think his first contract was 5 years, and then the second one was 3. I would do like a
No, yeah,
2-year,
yeah,
a
yeah.
2-year, and say,
Yeah,
Kurtzman,
yeah.
listen, if your Starfleet Academy show doesn't get the views, we're gonna end it. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna say season 2. Season 2 is the end, or we'll give you that like bullshit abbreviated last season to wrap it up, right? Because
Yeah, it
Kurtzman
does. Yeah.
wants 4 years for Academy. I don't know if he's going to get that, but I would say do that. That would be being generous with him. But I would also say, Kurtzman, you need to get on. You need to make something that's going to satisfy
Else.
some people.
Yeah.
You
That's not
just
fucking.
you can't.
No, look, no, and look, and I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure that whatever deal Alex negotiates last with Paramount, I'm positive that Kurtzman in his heart of hearts wants to move on to something else that's not Star Trek. Like he has to want to try something new. He has to.
And listen, he's a successful person. I don't like
Yeah,
him as a creative entity,
yeah.
but I
I
can't
mean,
deny that he
yeah,
did bring. And he's not the only producer, by the way. People always point to him, but
no, he's not the only
there's
one.
people above him and there's people below him, and there's more
And
people
there's
who have a say in what's going on than he does. And I'm
mhm.
saying from the top down out. And by the way, Ellison and Kurtzman aren't unfamiliar with each other. It's like people they don't even understand the relationships that these millionaires and billionaires have with each other. Is that, yeah, Kurtzman and Ellison may be on different sides of the political aisle, but they're not enemies as far as I know in any way, shape, and form. Skydance and Kurtzman and Bad Robot, all in JJ and all those guys, they're all
Yep.
buddies.
Mhm.
There's Ellison's. I don't think Ellison is looking at Kurtzman's Trek and hating it. He might think it needs a change. He might want to tweak it. He may not even him, but like the people who are just slightly above Kurtzman in terms of the television distribution on Paramount Plus and Paramount Television or productions in general, might want to say, listen, I know you want to do that workplace comedy that Tawny Newsom's been
Oh,
working
Tiny
on. By the
Newsom,
way,
yeah.
that's money spent. It's money spent having people work on a show like that.
Is that
I don't.
is that still happening or
No, it hasn't been greenlit.
okay?
And it's just like this Starfleet Academy show in Section 31.
Mhm.
Those two particular things were an uphill battle for Kurtzman. It took
Yeah.
him a while to get to this. He wanted Section 31 was supposed to be a show, and then it turned into a
Took
movie,
him forever to get
and it
to
became even
movie.
more complicated and harder to get Michelle Yeoh on after she became Academy Award winner for Everything
She became
Everywhere
more
All at
expensive.
Once. But you'd think in all that time, dude, in all that freaking time, that they were developing Section 31, they would have come up with a good story with good dialogue. And they just couldn't even do that. It's like, yeah, all that time trying to get this happening. Same thing with Starfleet Academy. All of this time and blood, sweat, and tears to get this extremely expensive looking show, by the way, like in terms of sets and special effects. I mean, unless
It
most
looks
of the
good.
shows people see rooms, there's going to be a lot of. This is going to be. I don't. The official numbers aren't out, but it's an expensive endeavor, and it has to be good. It has to be an improvement over what's come before. Example of this is like the Dexter Resurrection show. No, not even the Dexter. What was the newest one? Dexter, not Resurrection.
Dexter.
New Blood. No, New
New
Blood
Blood.
was the first one, the first reboot,
Yeah.
where
What the-
it was all in the town.
It was
It was
Dexter.
okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. But when they said Dexter was coming back in Resurrection, it couldn't be like that show. It had to be better than that show because that show was slightly disappointing for some, very disappointing for others.
Very
Same
disappointing.
thing with Star Trek. You can't make Strange New Worlds which falters in season 3. Yes, Discovery had 5 seasons. Lower Decks had 5 seasons. Good for them. Picard had its 3 seasons. You can't then continue to make stuff that's worse than what you've done.
No.
Section 31, the worst thing they ever did, only came out this year. Can you believe it? That happened this year, dude. Like January.
What?
Almost a
Oh
year.
my
Almost
God,
a year
January
ago.
this year? Oh
11
my
months
God.
ago that happened, and that was the worst.
Yeah.
It was
You know,
terrible.
full
And now
disclosure,
Starfleet
guys.
Academy doesn't look any better than that. That's not good.
Anything will be better than an awful Section 31 movie. But full disclosure, guys, I only got like midway into Section 31 before I turned it off because I couldn't take it.
Oh, you've never
I've
seen the whole thing.
I've never seen the whole thing because I couldn't stand it. I was like, no.
I remember asking you earlier in the year to do a rewatch, a commentary watch of Section 31 with me, and you're like,
Yeah.
you
I said,
just didn't want. You just really didn't want to do it. I'm like, it would be.
Yeah, I was like,
wouldn't it be
no.
fun to kind of just? It's like it wouldn't even be fun.
no,
It's so bad.
awful.
It's not one of these things that's so bad it's good. It's so bad it's just fucking bad. It's like I never want to.
Yeah.
It's like Rise of Skywalker. It's like okay, I don't want to watch this ever
Yeah.
again. And I did watch it twice, but the second time I was like, no, never again.
Oh yeah, no, never again. It's funny because you're not the only person that asked me this year if I wanted to do like a Section 31 watch along for the movie, and even to that individual, I said no right away because I'm like, no.
I think it would be fun at some point, maybe down the line. But yeah, it's still fresh in the memory, and it kind of even Michelle Yeoh acknowledged it wasn't very good.
Right.
He says, David says, according to DS9, there are no female Jem'Hadar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Academy will have an explanation. Maybe they won't even feel the need to explain it, but yeah. It says, seeing a female in Jem'Hadar makeup did it for me, not wanting to watch that show.
Okay.
Again, yeah, if they don't explain it, it might be an issue, but I think they probably will. And I don't know if the explanation will be any good, but yeah, maybe they will. Yeah, some of the scripts for Strange New Worlds were fair, but it is better than most of the other stuff. Season 3 of Picard was absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
Season 3 of Picard was good. In retrospect, it was way too dark.
Yeah.
And I've heard this thing that it wasn't shot in proper high definition the way it was shot. By the way, most things, at least for the past few years, have been shot on cameras that have an 8K capability. So like Strange New Worlds, Superman and Lois, a lot of these, especially shows in the widescreen. Maybe it applies to all of them. Like Game of Thrones. What's the new one? House of Dragon. All these shows now, a lot of them, as far as I know, are shot with 8K cameras, which means at some point they can be upscaled to that if need be. All right? Just like film used to have a certain amount of clarity in it that was never captured in TV broadcasts, or even DVD never showed the full quality of film. It wasn't until HD and 4K where you could actually physically see the film grain that you saw the picture, all of its detail, right? This thing about Picard can't get a 4K release because it was shot in 2K. I've heard that too. That's not been confirmed. I don't know if Terry Matalas has said that, because he's been on some of these live streams with Robert Meyer Burnett. Him and other people have said this, that it will never, like, how cheap was that season? Did they have to pay all the money to? That's weird. And when I look at it, when I not rewatched the whole thing, but when I looked at some episodes, I'm like, holy shit, this is not a great quality image. It's too dark for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is a
the
good
whole
season.
show is dark, actually.
Yeah, it is a good season that
yeah,
the people wanted more of that. And
mm-hmm.
part of the frustration is people not getting more of that. That's all it is. It's like, oh, you're doing more Discovery spinoffs. Okay, but no. No. Discovery's not that bad, by the way. Michael Burnham's not one of these characters I hate in the least.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking about watching Boston, some new show she's on.
Boston Blue?
Boston Blue. I'm thinking about watching it just because she's in it. Like, I like.
Yeah, I mean, look. I have my love and hate relationship with Discovery, but Discovery will always have a near and dear place in my heart, because it brought me back to the Star Trek fan community, and Discovery is the reason why I became a Star Trek pundit online, for better or worse. So yeah,
same here.
Yeah, in my estimation, the best thing that Kurtzman Trek has ever done is Star Trek Lower Decks. I love Lower Decks so much. Like, yeah, it's just so much fun.
There's a possibility of that. I always think there's a possibility of that show coming back for a season where the characters from the original show were the bridge crew, and that it would be new lower deckers. Well, that's a logical progression of the show anyway, but
yeah, that's cool.
If they had gone on, that's what it would have been, right? But if you had a time break and like a couple of years later the show came back, age the characters up to where you could push them any time forward. It doesn't even matter. It's animated. And have them be the seasoned bridge crew of the Cerritos, and just
that'd be great.
Yeah,
to see to see Boimler be like a helmsman, or to see Tendi actually mentor somebody else would be great. I would love to see Beckett be a true mentor and a true leader to someone else, but who knows if we're ever going to get that.
David was saying, I would send Alex packing and bring in Terry Matalas. Well, they lost their opportunity to hook him.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to continue their relationship with him. So there you go.
Yeah, with all due respect, I don't think Terry Matalas is the answer to fixing modern Star Trek. I
think people have that sentiment because he is the one showrunner that brought us something
right, that we loved, right?
And not everybody loved it. I see people who was like, I've seen some who were like, oh, just the haters love Star Trek Picard Season 3. And it wasn't that good. It was all nostalgia bait. I'm like, what is Lower Decks?
Nostalgia bait.
So the same person who's like, I love Lower Decks and all of its references. Picard Season 3 was just a bunch of references. It's
nostalgia bait.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was full of member berries, or if it had no member berries, or if it was a derivative of something in the past, or it was completely original. What matters is it well written? Is it entertaining? Does it have a story that's engaging from beginning to the middle to the end?
Right.
Everything else is kind of ancillary. It's you can nitpick everything else.
Yeah.
But
it's
like at Starfleet Academy, the DEI argument of it's just that the woke DEI people should be overweight. They shouldn't be women. Jem'Hadar. I get the confusion over the female Jem'Hadar thing. And they say there's 2 overweight females in the beginning of that clip for Starfleet Academy. I'm like, well, it is the future. If you want to be overweight, I mean, you can be. Some people are into
You
that
can
stuff.
be.
Some people are chubby chasers. I've been a very fat man before. I'm 5'7". I've been 230 pounds in my life. Right?
Whoa.
Think about that. Short and fat. I've
That's not
been
good.
skinny. I've been in shape and out of shape. I've been all of those things. Guess what? I chose to be those things. There wasn't a thing beyond my control. So, for example, if I'm not an actor, but say I was an actor, it's like, I lose some weight for this role. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm offended because I'm body positive. It's like, no, I'm not body positive. I acknowledge if I'm overweight or if I'm out of shape or in shape or not. I don't care if other people are or not. That's other people's choices. If they're in the 32nd century and they want to, and there's literally a transporter solution. Like you can go through a transporter and change your physiology. You can be you, but be me without the weight and like give me a tummy tuck. You can literally do that with transporter technology. You can cut your hair. You can change certain things about you.
Yeah.
Some people just won't choose to do that. I am not against female Jem'Hadar or you can't say overweight. I would say body positive people. And that's where the argument of DEI is ruining things comes in that I don't jive with. I don't like. I'm like, that's not the reason it's bad though. You're saying
the reason that a lot of new Star Trek doesn't work comes down to the writing and the characters that are being presented. None of these ancillary excuses like PJ has been harping on for a while now. None of those ancillary excuses is the end all be all of the reason why these shows don't work.
It's part of it's like stuff like tic-tac-toe shaved in the head of Paul Giamatti's character's head. Okay, whatever. It's annoying, but maybe there's an explanation. But then he says stuff like origami chicken and payback's a bitch.
Origami chicken.
I'm like, I know that. I know to the writers who wrote that, I'm like, this is good. This is good stuff. This is clever. And I'm like, no, that's the problem right there.
It's stupid.
The problem is the fact that this fucking ship, the Athena, is such a weak ship, by the way. It gets struck with this programmable matter. I don't see the shields. What's up with the shields? Why are the hallways exploding in succession like in controlled demolition? Like, why are the consoles still exploding? Why is there explodium in the consoles in the 32nd century? Like, I'm so glad they don't have the fireballs. Remember every time Discovery was in a battle, fireballs would shoot from the ceiling down like this. I'm like, isn't that a hazard? Why are the fireballs? Now, granted, they have just the sparks and the fire. I call it the little fires everywhere action sequences. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right.
It's where there's action and explosions, and then the aftermath. There's always somebody waking up with the beep, the tinnitus. Every time somebody's going beep, and then it's like the muffled audio. Such a trope I'm fucking sick of, by the way. Not only that. The fucking stupid little droids that look like the same 900 years ago. Oh, they have a floating head now. That's the difference. Get the fuck out of here. But the fucking... I call it the little fires everywhere. It's either strobe lights or little fires everywhere. It's when there's damage to the ship in modern Trek. There's flashes of light everywhere. Like, why are there shitty fluorescents being used? Why are there self-sustaining lighting systems in this timeline? Forget that. But it's where they go around the set and they just light little fires everywhere. See the damage? Yeah. I'm like, this is this looks like wires and cardboard and sparks and bullshit. This looks no different. This looks like a slightly more sleeker version of the kind of shit they did in the 90s with sci-fi stuff.
Oh, that's funny. That is
It's
so
like
funny.
none of
But,
this stuff works anymore. The pure lack of imagination they have just in this clip. They had more of it in Discovery. Discovery had more imagination about what the future tech was that they will never utilize in this show, I don't think.
Yeah, and you know what? Listen, PJ and I just a short while ago said that Discovery had its issues and it had a lot of issues, but I don't remember Discovery being this dumb in its dialogue. I don't like. I may be looking at Discovery with rose-tinted glasses now that it's all over, but yeah,
I mean, in terms of modern vernacular,
Discovery
Tilly
was
saying this is so fucking cool was up there with
that's
it.
awful. That's awful.
And yes, there's a lot of feely kind of bullcrap in the
Yeah.
show, like unearned
Yeah.
emotional moments, like emotional moments that are like thrust on you that like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care
When
if the crew members crying because they followed Burnham into the 30s fucking second century. The computer and Burnham said, "We don't need you, or we don't need you people." But it's like,
Yeah,
oh well,
why
they
you
gotta get the actors into the third season, so
No, you don't.
but they all go with her, but they have to be depressed about it later. Get out of here.
Yeah,
It's bullshit.
yeah.
It's not even earned. But
I remember-
the Discovery was good at technobabble, like when they were solving problems and stuff. Like all that stuff worked for me. The only problem with Discovery that a lot of shows do, in like moments where seconds are precious, like you literally have a countdown clock of like 10, 9, and then somebody says, "Wait a second, let's stop and talk about how we feel." That stuff happened in Discovery. It did.
Yeah,
It happened
lot.
in that Culber episode where they go to the floaty, weird mycelial world to get him back.
Oh my god, that's right.
There's at the climax of that episode, things had to happen like right away, and they stop and have a conversation about how they feel. I'm like, no, stop doing this.
Stop it.
But that's where my mixed feelings for the show come in, because I don't bump up against a lot of what went on in the show. It's just the overarching storylines. Like season 2 didn't make sense in the least.
Yeah.
Season 3 was a bit better, but the screaming child creating the burn and the whole concept of the burn was stupid. It was really dumb. Season 4 was coherent. Go back and watch. If anybody's gonna watch Discovery, season 4 is the most straightforward. Like, this is our problem. This is how we get to it. And season 5 wasn't that bad. Season 5 was a little bit more pew pew, like love. There's a villain love story in it and all this stuff. But
no.
That show got better over time, and then they cancel it.
Yeah. No, but
remember I said if they do a season 6, it might actually turn out to be a good show, like an actual good show.
Yeah,
like they're slowly getting there, and then they're like, "Ah, fuck you guys. Oh, you wanted a season 6? We ain't even going to give you a wrap-up movie. We're going to give you 8 minutes at the end of your last episode to figure out how this stuff concludes." And they didn't.
God, it's so awful.
They connected it to Calypso at the very end, and I'm like, all right, fine. Cool, whatever.
But by the way, I predicted they would. Remember, PJ? I said it. I'm like, they're gonna connect to Calypso. How cool would that be? And they did. Yeah.
I heard that the budget was low, and then when they had discussions about Legacy, that the budget was even lower. Yeah, I heard that too. The Picard wasn't as treated as well from a financial standpoint as the rest of the shows.
Yeah,
I agree, but as a Star Trek fan, I think we are so hungry for something new. And when Disco came out, I was excited and watched the first season, but each episode I was less and less excited. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I
did think it got better, but if you weren't going to get into those first 2 seasons, I can't imagine how anybody would have stuck around for it.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 seasons of Discovery was a little bit before I came before I came online to actually talk about the series. The first 2 seasons of Discovery I was in. Anybody who has seen me on PJ's show before and on other shows, you know that Alex Kurtzman is one of my favorite writers of all time. So I was completely sold on Alex and the direction that he was taking New Star Trek. But I actually woke up and I actually came to have the similar opinions to other folks like PJ, that Star Trek was going in a direction that I didn't really like and I didn't really appreciate way later deeper into Discovery's run, and when Picard started up, and Strange New Worlds. Unfortunately, not the first season. It was sort of like around season 2 where I lost hope.
Well, thinking about it now, season 1 of Discovery wasn't so bad. It made a lot of mistakes with the aesthetics, but Lorca was good. I remember that. I remember liking Lorca.
Yeah,
but season 2 with the Red Angel stuff, it was fantasy land. It's like you're just taking it into it's a fantasy sci-fi season of Star. It is the most fantasy sci-fi season of Star Trek that's ever existed. Season 2 of Discovery with the Red Angel suit. Her parents created a suit that is more advanced than any technology we've ever seen in the franchise, and we're supposed to believe it, that she can travel through time. Not only that, travel through the galaxy, mind you. Not only that, transport entire groups of people and pieces of land and churches and stuff across. We've this channel has gone over that stuff way back when. I'm sure I bitched about it many times before.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. Already. That episode of season 3 of Picard with Ro-Laren was so good, my eyeballs were sweating. Yeah, Picard managed to do that bottle thing where it's like we don't have a lot to work with, so we're just going to rely on the strength of the character interaction. And some of the stuff between Riker and Picard got really intense, and some of the best stuff that modern Trek has ever produced, and it's probably the most least expensive.
Yeah,
Section 31 didn't cost all that much though either. It was a modestly budgeted film for what it was.
Yeah, but the thing that Picard season 3 had that a lot of these other shows don't have is that they brought back the beloved TNG crew. So that's a big giant step in the right direction. But also, I said earlier that I don't think Terry Matalas would be the grand savior that a lot of people think that he would be the new Star Trek. But the thing about Terry Matalas is that he knew the TNG characters inside and out, and he gave them emotionality that just worked. And that's something that the other people that write modern Star Trek haven't been able to figure out, or they're just not capable of doing that. But by the way, I'm not saying that these writers who write Star Trek don't care about Star Trek. I just think that they don't they can't get there all the way, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I agree. Like it's I think all of the people who make all of modern Trek, whether people love it or hate it, I think their intentions are always good.
Yeah,
I don't think they're spending all this money going into it saying we're going to make something that's going to piss off people, be no good. I mean, it's misguided, and that's all it is. And somebody needs to tell Kurtzman if they don't replace him after his contract is up. If they don't replace him, they could very well tell him to fly to frig. Get the F out of here. We don't want you no more. Do your post-production on your fucking Strange New Worlds and your Starfleet Academy and pack your bags and get out. That's what so many people want so badly. Doesn't matter to me if he stays or if he goes. Somebody has to tell him, do something besides what you've been doing. Like, get a showrunner. Get Nick Meyer in there, dude. Get cool. Brian Braga. Get, I don't know, Ronald D. Moore. They're all busy. They're all busy doing other stuff. I mean, Stephen Ira Bear. Get somebody from that older era to placate the people who are worried about what's going on. When Terry Matalas came in, people didn't know if he was going to do a good TNG reunion. But you know what he gave us? He gave us a good send-off for those characters, because Nemesis wasn't a good send-off. It was kind of shit.
It was kind of shit. Yeah.
And if we don't get any more of those characters from now on,
it's fine.
Not once ever again, I'm good. Because the end of that show where they're all playing poker with the credits,
so good.
I'm like, good, that'll do, pig. That'll fucking do. Like you did it. You did something that the Star Wars people couldn't do with Force Awakens. Hey, guess what? We're gonna have Han, Luke, Leia in a movie, but they're never going to be in the same fucking scene together, all together, right? They had the total
Yeah.
missed opportunity to do that. Didn't make that same mistake. Terry Metalis did a good job there. You know why DS9 doesn't need a continuation?
Why?
The way that show ended was perfect.
Yeah.
The way that show existed, and from the beginning people say is what rough. I think it's good from the beginning. I think it's good in the middle. I think it's good in the end. DS9 was good. May not have been well received as praised as it was, but it took time. It took time for the show to get to where it was. Where by the end of it, so much was going on, but it all made narrative sense, and there was even mysticism and kind of like
religion.
out there, really out of possession and like
Mhm.
spiritual stuff in that show. And like, dude, it worked.
A lot of spiritual.
That Voyager doesn't need a send off. They got home.
Yeah, they did.
It's good that we see Janeway and Prodigy and whatnot, and we see the Doctor continue. Fine, whatever.
And also,
Those shows don't need. What you need now is a new
Show.
thing past Picard, and it doesn't. And that's not necessarily meaning that that's going to be good. You need the good showrunner. Somebody needs a mandate. Kurtzman, get a good showrunner that's going to satisfy the fans. Get off Star Trek's dick creatively, because you know it's not working for him creatively. Everything he's wholeheartedly behind. Like the Section 31, the Starfleet Academy, are two things he wanted the most out of anything. Are the ones that look the worst.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good pattern.
And also, and also, if I could give just one piece of advice to the Star Trek writers, stop writing characters, stop connecting characters with trauma bonding. Like just don't do that. Like there are other ways to introduce your characters, and there are other ways to make them likable and connectable. You don't have to give everybody a trauma to make them connect.
I think a couple of characters in the Academy come from like
are going to have that
privilege, so like they probably have not had a hard life. I would love to have a character meet another character, and like the main character that Holly Hunter adopts. He had a hard life, and she finds him years later. Okay, he got probably a traumatic backstory. Clearly, he does. His mother was kidnapped in front of him and whatnot. Taken away from him. I'd like for him to meet other characters who are not like that at all. Who are like, oh, no, I've had a good life. I've no complaints. Now I want to be a captain of a starship. No complaints.
Right.
Like, oh, that's refreshing. Somebody didn't have awful things happen to him. I call it the Natasha Yar syndrome.
Really?
I remember as a kid when I heard of like her backstory of like the rape gangs and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, like where in this 24th century utopian future did she come from where that shit is going on?
That's right.
People who are living there just get the fuck out of there in a time when you could just leave planets. But anyway, I came to understand a part of that world is that it's not perfect. There is a lot of bad stuff that's going on. There is a lot of conflict. It's not this like
utopian.
Everybody's holding hands and smiling. People kill, people get depressed, people get angry, sad.
People die.
People overeat. That's another thing people assume about the future is that everybody's going to look perfect. Maybe there will be the option of going through a process where it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to not age. It's so easy to blah, blah, blah. Maybe some people are just naturalists. Where they're like, well, I like eating. Or I like
drinking.
I like being skinny as a rake.
Yeah.
And being being malnourished. Because it's the future. Whatever ailment is a result of my gluttony or starvation even can be fucking fixed. Who cares?
Within 2 seconds, yeah. We truly will never know what the future holds until we actually get there. So
the future is AI, my friend. AI is taking over everything.
Yep. In a couple of years, PJ, it won't be us talking about Star Trek. It'll be AI bots talking about Star Trek.
There are literal YouTube videos. You come across them every now and again where it's just an AI generated thing. It's often inaccurate. It's like,
yeah,
it's weird.
Very weird.
The singularity is coming. By the way, I recommend a channel to everybody called Diary of a CEO. This
Huh.
guy talks about he has some interesting guests on there, dude, talking about AI and business and where the
Okay.
world is going, and talks about like physiology and stuff like that, brain chemistry, uh, like all kinds of like very good high end advice. It's called Diary
Mhm.
of a CEO. It's a YouTube channel I've been looking at. Now, not everything every guest says is you should take to heart or anything.
Right.
Take everything that you see and all the
With
advice
a
you see
grain
on
of
the internet
salt.
with a grain of salt. Do your own research, but
Right.
very high end stuff.
That's good advice, PJ. Perhaps our viewers will check that channel out. Who knows?
I think that'll wrap it up. About there, we've
Yeah.
talked a good while.
Yeah, we have.
Next up is
Hour and 50 minutes.
seeing the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
2 episodes of Academy on January 15th and judging from there. And I will the Landman season finale happens around that time, right?
Oh, cool.
If I'm not liking Starfleet Academy,
You gotta do.
I'm gonna hit the
Yeah,
cancel. I'm no, because Landman will be done. So there's literally
Okay.
nothing else on Paramount Plus new
to watch.
to watch.
Right.
I'll hit the cancel. And I will stop watching the show. I'm not doing this thing anymore.
All right.
This is the last straw.
I'll hold
This
you to
is
your word,
me.
huh?
This is me voting with my subscription thing.
Okay.
And you know what? When I tend to do something, everybody follows. It becomes a no, I'm joking.
Okay.
But
Look.
I'm gonna give it the 2-episode chance.
Okay. Not
And
3, 2.
If I feel that tinge of like frustration or sadness or anger that I get with some, not all of the modern Trek, but some episodes, I'll be like, oh no, this is 2 steps back, man. Like you're fucking up again. Then Section 31 happened, and you fucked that up too.
Mhm.
After Section 31, what was it? Star Trek, Strange New World season 3.
Yes.
Not a great season.
Oh,
Season 1 and 2 were better.
Yeah.
Not that they were great either, but they were better.
No, but they were better. In season 2 we had the brilliant court episode that you and I talked about. Ad Astra per Aspera, brilliant episode.
Yeah. So what do you think? You gonna if you don't like the first 2 episodes of Academy, will you actually stick with it?
I will probably try and stick with it. I'm probably not gonna leave because I'll probably just be interested to see if it gets better or if it gets worse. So I will probably personally stick with it.
You know what? It might be so bad that I want to continue watching. I remember Picard season 2. I kept thinking, just don't watch
it's gonna
this.
get better.
Just don't watch this anymore.
Still watching
Because people would say that to me, like, "Why are you complaining? Just don't watch." I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's my favorite franchise, so I'm going to watch it. You know, I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm going to watch. I'm going to take the good with the bad. But sometimes it just gets so bad, you just like, no, I should not watch this.
No, but the one decision I've made for myself with Academy, I don't think that I'm going to review it personally on my channel anymore. I feel that reviewing certain Star Trek shows takes away some of my enjoyment of that show. So I may.
But is it therapeutic if it's so bad, then you get to talk about how bad it is and you feel better about it?
Yes, yes.
You don't really you don't have as much negative opinions about Modern Trek as I do. I've noticed that.
No, I don't.
You like Lower Decks more than I do. I think Lower Decks is okay.
I do.
I think it's fine.
I do.
Like I like Prodigy more than you do. And that's the thing about Modern Trek. There's been enough stuff lately that somebody can,
it's like ice cream.
Latch on, or it's a gateway for somebody.
Yeah. Modern Trek is like ice cream. There's all different types of flavors for everybody to try out. If you don't like this one, you can have this one over here.
David says, so when Alex is out, who leads the franchise? If Alex is out.
My pick would be 2 people. The first one is very, very unlikely because he's working on God of War and he has For All Mankind stuff at Apple. I would love for Ronald D. Moore to come back and write a Star Trek show and be a showrunner of a Star Trek show. And the other person that I would like to be the elder statesman of Star Trek is Ira Steven Behr. It'll be really, really interesting to see what kind of Star Trek show he would create in the modern era.
And the question would be, would these guys even want to come back? And
I'm not sure about Iris I'm not sure about Ira, but Ron T. Moore a while ago was on a podcast with Katie Sackhoff, and he said that over the past couple of years that he has become more open to returning to Star Trek.
and just imagine, I know to the lay person or the person who doesn't know about these guys, it wouldn't be a thing. But they're like Ronald D. Moore, show running new Star Trek series.
Oh my God!
I think a lot of people would lose their minds.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I don't think Secret Hideout needs to be. I understand why people think that is the one thing, the first and foremost thing you have to do to fix any of this.
Secret Hideout.
No, well, Alex Kurtzman and Secret Hideout have proved that they can make something that's satisfying for the fans. There's a lot of haters, so-called haters, justifiable reasons or not, doesn't even matter. People just didn't like Modern Trek at all. Who liked season 3 just proved that you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Secret Hideout has been doing this since 2017. They've showed a few times that they're capable of making some really good stuff, mostly in the terms of individual episodes from different shows. But a whole season, they managed to get Picard season 3 done, and that was awesome.
Great.
Maybe personally, Kurtzman cares less about what was most successful, and he's just got like tunnel vision of just, no, Section 31, I wanted that, and it happened, and that's good, and I like it, and the fact that it's the most hated thing ever doesn't affect me, and that's frustrating if that's the attitude. But somebody needs to say to him, okay, dude, we're gonna do another 2-year contract, but here's the thing: you need to make a show that is actually going to excite people. And when you say stuff like, "Oh, we're working on a workplace comedy,"
no,
you got to realize, dude, this is not what people want. Like, that's what's so frustrating. It's like you didn't you didn't do Legacy, but you did this Starfleet Academy thing instead. Not only that, in the 32nd century.
Yeah, hold on, Beaton.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I can accept like maybe that could be good, but it don't sound good.
Yeah. No, I
and
mean, look,
now that you released a clip, it doesn't even look good. So
yeah, and here's the other thing. What is the deal with modern Star Trek releasing clips for shows? I'm looking at you, Strange New Worlds, that won't be out for a while. Why do they do that?
Strange New Worlds was known for that with season 2. They released a clip literally a year before the actual.
God,
and by the time the episode actually aired, it was like more than a year.
Yeah, more than a year.
They released 2 things from season 4 so far. The clip of Ensign Mount as a puppet.
we should do a watch along of that shit.
But another thing about why it's so depressing sometimes is that when they say, let's release some kind of sneak peek for season 4 for Comic-Con, blah, 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 blah. How about a puppet thing? And it's like, why do you think people will love that? Like, it's so fucking... The thinking behind the marketing even is just... Why would you think people would be like, whoa, this is good? You're doing a puppet episode now? This is good.
Yeah, you know what?
Then they released they released a second clip. Like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't like the puppet stuff, so let's just show them the most boring fucking clip we can possibly think of.
Oh my God.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, and look, they're going into this cloud. Why is the camera spinning? Like, oh my God, I got vertigo looking at that bullshit.
Oh yeah, that was the thing in that scene where the camera's going like.
Yep.
No,
Why?
No.
Why? Yeah.
They do a shot like that in the. This kind of like that it's indicative of modern Trek. In the Starfleet Academy clip, when they show the main area, the big area, and it's like
Mhm.
the camera goes all around like that. I'm like,
Oh my god.
God, you guys love twirling the camera around, don't you?
Yeah, you love moving your camera.
Olatunde Osasamni is the one that's known
Yeah,
for
he
that.
loves that shit.
He
Yeah,
loves that shit.
Yeah, he was the in-house director for Star Trek Discovery. Look, in all due respect to him, but his directing style on Discovery made me nauseous because
Just imagine
couldn't
Olatunde
keep the camera.
after he directed Section 31 in the editing room, right?
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, this is
No.
fun. Alex Kurtzman comes
No.
in. Olatunde, this is not going to work. Well, what do you mean, Alex? What do you mean? Where are the snap zooms? How come there isn't a snap zoom every 5 minutes? Movie's ruined. Okay, they put in the snap zooms.
Oh my god.
That fixes everything. By the way, that movie is the most snap zooms I've ever seen in a movie. Like they're post production things, where like they zoom in really fast and kind of hover like this.
Yeah.
It was made famous in movies from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The zooming in
Mhm.
and floaty camera, zoom in, floaty camera thing. It's such a tired thing now. It's stop doing it.
Mm. Yeah. Oh my god.
Snap zoom city.
Yep. And and also modern Star Trek's proclivity to rotate the camera in all sorts of directions.
I got to give it to Strange New Worlds though. For the most part, they are way more
Yes,
restrained. There are some episodes that are horrendously shot for some reason, but mostly they like, wow, they're keeping this camera fucking still. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
just
are.
having a stationary shot of something.
The
Discovery was
the
always like going around the characters and upside down and fucking left, right side up, and it was like,
yeah. Oh,
not
God,
only
yeah.
that, they had lights that had all this like
Strobe lights.
literally like J.J. Abrams it was like J.J. Abrams was on the set of Discovery every day in season 2 just with lights.
Just light strobes everywhere,
yeah. Like there's got to be inexplicable lights off camera all the time for no reason.
yeah.
And by the way, cast, stand around for an hour and a half while we figure out this fucking dolly shot that we just could have saved ourselves 2 hours and just shot with a tripod.
Just shot straight up, yeah.
But the visually, Picard started that trend of getting better visually.
Mhm.
Just slowly, but they still use that Star Wars warp effect.
Mm.
It's like everything has to be stroby and modern Trek is so insensitive to the light sensitive people like myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Where every set is just like, what am I looking at?
Big lights. I'm surprised that every episode of modern Star Trek doesn't have like one of those warnings like this episode contains flashing lights.
They may have that. Yeah.
Oh,
every time a ship is damaged, it's just strobe. It's like a nightclub, Strobe City.
Yeah, Strobe City.
And
I'm sorry.
Everything's way too chromy and shiny and reflective and bright.
Oh my God, it's a disaster.
If it's not too bright, it's too dark, and so it's weird.
Yeah.
Everything's lined with a light. That's the modern mentality.
Vernacular.
It's the equivalent to blinky random lights everywhere and everything in every sci-fi thing from the 60s to the 50s to the even 80s. It was blinky random lights means future. Now what they do, they always have these two every edge of everything, every edge of a rail, every fucking edge of a door is a neon light as a light, and that's future to them. Future is just lights
neon
and
lights,
strobiness when there's action. But anyway,
all
right, we're gonna call it a night. With that, thanks for the engagement, people in the chat, or the guy in the chat, and
that one guy. Thank you for watching.
A few people watched over time.
Okay.
What do you think of Starfleet Academy? Is it going to be any good? Do you think the clip is?
I mean, look,
increased your enthusiasm?
No, the clip actually dampened my enthusiasm, but not fully. I still have hope that the show is going to be decent. I could be wrong.
I always think of the words of Christopher Pike from season 2, episode 1 of Strange New Worlds. Discovery. Sorry,
This
when he
guy.
meets Burnham for the first time, and
Yep.
he comes on the ship and he takes over Discovery. He tells Burnham, because she inquires about Spock, right? So he tells Burnham, it's best to keep our expectations low, so we're not disappointed.
Oh, I like that.
And
That's
that is the attitude you have to take toward this modern era of
yeah.
pretty much
Star
everything.
Trek.
Not
Mhm.
only this franchise, but just everything's dumbed down.
Mm.
And guess what?
I mean,
writers. It's getting into a trend now where writers seem to be so shitty, just in general, than they used to be. They used to seem like they were much more educated, coherent people who could tell actual stories. It's going to get to a point where AI, it's not there yet. It really isn't. But AI is actually going to be capable of writing
God.
better than the modern, because human beings aren't improving in that area of literature. We are
Right.
becoming
It's
slightly,
dumber.
just as a collective, a little more
Dumber.
illiterate.
Yeah.
More people now than ever don't know the difference between then and then, then and then.
More
There
people-
as in THERE, and there as in THEIR.
Mhm.
They don't know.
No,
or,
and no,
or
and
THEY apostrophe RE. Like it's just
yeah,
it's
and
scary.
so many like a big part of our population can't tell time on a regular wristwatch. They can only tell time on a digital thing.
Isn't that weird? I've heard about that too. I'm like, wow. And I know people, I'm just younger people like, what's the time? I'm like, look at the clock. You don't have a phone? It's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you asking the time? Everybody has a computer in their pocket.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity and going off topic, were you fans of Farscape? If that's the
Uh,
show with the puppets, then I've seen it, but I've never gotten into it. It used to be on the Space Channel all the time.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of Farscape, and it didn't grab me. Unfortunately, I saw a few episodes.
Yeah, it was around that time I casually
I'm a
watched some
ju-
of it, along with other shows like Lex or Andromeda or Earth Final
Elect,
Conflict.
and-
There was even these all used to be on the Space Channel, by the way, in reruns, not when they first aired or anything. But even there was a show called Earth 2 with Tim Curry. Was in
Okay.
it. That nobody, I don't think anybody remembers. But you know what
Pennywise
show?
the Clown.
You know what show is not fucking available in Canada?
What?
I can't. I don't know. Somebody tell me if they're Canadian, but
What
I
show
can't
is it?
find it anywhere. It's never been on a streaming service, as far as I know. It's never been on Prime, Netflix,
Okay.
Paramount. I guess NBC Universal owns this show. It's called Sequest DSV.
So yeah, I love
It is a
Sequest.
show I watched in its entirety when it aired, and in the third one
That-
of the seasons, it jumped ahead like
Yeah,
10,
like 20
15
years.
It jumped ahead to 2032 or something. It started in 2018. Roy Schneider left anyway, right?
So good.
And it became a different show. But Jonathan Brandis was in it. There was the fucking talking dolphin.
Yep. And
I don't know if that
and-
show's any good. I only remember it as a kid, right? So like I don't even know if I watched it now I'd like it. But you can't see it anywhere in Canada.
You know what? It's cheesy good. It's cheesy good.
Is
But I only say that because I like the cheesy aspect to the show, but I don't know what you would think. But actually,
remember like
not
William
to-
Shatner was on it, and like sometimes like other sci-fi people would be on that show.
yeah,
The only episode
Jeremy-
I could find on YouTube was one from the third season, I think. One where it's like Sequest 2032, and it's like very poor quality. It's in the wrong aspect ratio. It's all stretched out. It's
right.
but that's one of the few sci-fi shows from back in the day that I latched onto besides Star Trek.
Star Trek. No, but the other sci-fi show that I tried to watch and I kept saying, "Oh, the only thing you're doing is ripping off Deep Space Nine." I couldn't get into Babylon 5, guys, because of that one alien with the fucked up hair.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I did watch some of that too. And a lot of these Farscape, Andromeda, there were shows I could never get into. But like I said, Sequest, and there was another show, the one with the fuck. I can't even describe it. It's the guy from Enterprise who played the Vulcan, and he was in that band, and he did the theme song for the podcast with Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating, not the Decon Chamber.
No, what is
It's
that?
the one with the aliens who used to drink sour milk and salt water was acid.
Oh, what? I know it, but I can't remember.
James Caan was in the movie version of it, and Mandy Patinkin played the alien.
What the hell is it? Like?
You know what I'm talking about? Come on, man.
Yeah.
James Caan,
Yeah. I know.
James Caan alien movie. I'll just put in that.
What is it? Oh my
Alien
god!
Nation.
Alien Nation. Yes, that's it. That's it.
So Alien Nation was a movie I saw as a little kid, and then they made the TV show. Then when the TV show was canceled, they did like I don't know how many TV movies. It just every year or so there was a Alien Nation TV movie that was just like an abbreviated season. Like instead of doing seasons, they just came out with a TV movie every couple of years. And I used to love that series. So
didn't they make like 3 TV movies of that, or like?
Yeah, there was at least.
Yeah.
For some reason, when back in the day on Fox, it would be like movie of the week, Alien Nation : something. I'm like, oh, another one. Like I just expected them, and then they
expected them to show up. Yeah.
But I used to enjoy them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I love the idea of the aliens like immigrating to Earth, and it's like an allegory for racism.
Yeah.
Racial tensions.
Yeah.
Or immigration in general, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, James Caan and Mandy Patinkin were in the movie version of it.
Okay. I think
that might have been a rated R movie too.
Yeah, another good show that potentially was squandered by the network. Sliders was a really good show.
Yeah, they cut the budget on that at some point, and it just became a really shitty show. Yeah. I remember I stopped. I'm like, this show isn't any good anymore. What's going on?
Yeah,
and I stopped. I watched it for like 2-3 years.
It just went
religiously.
When they cut this budget in half, it just went to shit.
I was like a little mini. It was like a. I called it a Twilight episode on repeat. It was like a Twilight episode with the same concept, which was basically every concept where it's like, somebody, you're normal, everything else is different. It's like that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining me, Marcella. We'll leave it there. But
all right.
I guess the next time we'll talk might be about Starfleet Academy, maybe, hopefully.
Maybe.
And I'm going to be bitching very loudly about everything that's wrong with it. And I'm going to say, I'm never going to watch this again. And then episode 3 and episode 4 and episode 5, I'm going to complain again and again and again.
And I'll be here trying to calm me down.
Who knows? There could be a miracle, and everything we've seen from the show so far was the worst of it. And that everything is good from then on.
It could be great, man.
All right. Until next time, live long and prosper. Thank you for joining us. Until next year, probably more likely.
Yeah, more likely.
2020. Maybe I might have a year-end kind of like best of, worst of.
That'd be
for
interesting.
the years out. All right. Thanks. See ya.